All right, let's jump right into this explainer and figure out how to completely transform your bathroom into this incredibly cozy yet super sophisticated modern farmhouse retreat. This style has basically taken the interior design world by storm, and honestly, for good reason. It takes what is usually a purely functional, kind of sterile space and turns it into an actual warm sanctuary. So, you might be wondering, what exactly is drawing so many people to this vibe right now? Why is it literally everywhere? Well, it's because it genuinely offers the absolute best of both worlds. You get that welcoming, lived-in warmth of a rustic country home, but you get to keep the clean, sleek elegance of contemporary design. It's a space that feels deeply familiar, but still entirely fresh. So let's break it down, starting with Section 1, the modern farmhouse formula. It's all about that perfect tension. Think about it. You are merging the old with the new to bring this totally unique depth and character to the space. Picture looking up at these rough-hewn, rustic wood beams right above a sleek, highly polished marble countertop. Or imagine a beautifully weathered vintage clawfoot tub sitting right next to a frameless, contemporary glass shower. It's this exact juxtaposition that prevents the room from feeling like a museum, right? It makes it a truly unique retreat. Now, to keep the space feeling authentic but never cluttered, you really have to rely on 4 key pillars. First up, every single piece in a modern farmhouse bathroom needs to have a purpose. We're keeping things simple. Then, you lean heavily on natural materials, things like wood, stone, and metal, and set those against a soft, neutral color palette. And finally, of course, you constantly play with that mix of vintage antiques and modern fixtures. If you stick to those 4 rules, your design is going to be golden. Moving right along to Section 2, setting the aesthetic foundation. Okay, before you even think about buying a single piece of furniture, you absolutely have to get this base layer right. Picture your bathroom starting with calm, clean, neutral base tones. Whites, creams, and grays are the cornerstone here. They mentally signal cleanliness and make the room feel open and inviting. But, an all-neutral room can kind of fall flat. So that's where you bring in striking focal points with accent colors. Deep blues, soft greens, or a really bold black, whether it's in your tiles, your towels, or painted vanity, adds instant depth to that clean canvas. And you really shouldn't shy away from authentic textures either. Wood finishes, especially reclaimed wood used for shelving or your vanity, bring this incredible rustic warmth. The natural grains and knots simply can't be replicated by synthetic materials, no matter how hard laminate tries. Then you balance out that warmth with stone elements. Marble, granite, or even poured concrete injects this really nice sense of earthy luxury that just blends perfectly into the farmhouse aesthetic. We also literally cannot talk about modern farmhouse without talking about walls. Shiplap is an absolute hallmark of this design. Its horizontal lines actually trick the eye into making small bathrooms feel way larger by creating a sense of movement. Whether you throw it on all the walls, the ceiling, or just use it as an accent wall, it adds essential texture. Actually, quick tip here, if you're doing this as a DIY project, make absolutely sure you properly seal and paint the wood to protect it from all that bathroom humidity. So, what's going under your feet? To tie the foundation together, you have 2 fantastic options depending on the vibe you want. Hardwood floors are gorgeous, sure, but moisture makes them super risky. Wood-look tiles bring all that natural beauty and warmth, but with incredible water resistance. On the flip side, if you want a bolder visual statement, pattern tiles with geometric or floral designs can add a really unique touch that perfectly complements that neutral color scheme we talked about. All right, that brings us to Section 3, statement pieces and fixtures. With the foundation firmly set, this is where the magic happens. We're looking at the pieces that truly anchor your room and dictate its personality. Think about pairing an incredible antique vanity you scored at a local flea market with sleek, modern hardware. Matte black or brushed nickel finishes for your faucets and drawer pulls are a game changer here. This ensures the space honors the past but still functions and feels distinctly current so you don't end up living in a time capsule. The freestanding tub. It's the ultimate showstopper. If you want to lean heavy into the rustic side, a classic clawfoot tub brings undeniable vintage charm. If you prefer a more modern edge, a sleek, smooth, freestanding tub provides serious contemporary elegance. Whatever you choose, placement is everything. Try to situate it near a window for a relaxing view, and make sure you leave plenty of breathing room around it. It makes it stand out like a sculpture, and honestly, it makes cleaning way easier. Here's a little secret for you. When you hear a farmhouse sink, you're probably picturing a kitchen, right? But they are a massive design hack for bathrooms too. A large, durable, apron-front sink made of porcelain, cast iron, or stone makes a stunning, incredibly practical statement piece.
It anchors the vanity beautifully and adds that perfect touch of rustic charm to your everyday routine. Now, lighting will literally make or break your design. You want the old-world charm of something like a wrought iron chandelier or mason jar sconces, balanced perfectly with the utility of modern lighting. You do this by layering. Layering is the ultimate secret to high-end design. Use your lantern-style fixtures for character, but pair them with recessed LEDs to make sure the room is actually bright enough to use. And please, always include dimmer switches. It's a non-negotiable for creating that relaxing ambiance.
And hey, speaking of modern upgrades, don't be afraid to embrace smart tech. Things like heated floors, smart mirrors, and high-efficiency toilets enhance your comfort massively without interrupting the aesthetic at all. Modern farmhouse doesn't mean you're churning your own butter in the 1800s. It just means cleverly hiding the high-tech features behind beautiful, natural design.
Finally, let's wrap it up with Section 4, Finishing Touches and Decor. This is where we bring the entire blueprint to reality and your personality really shines. A bathroom has to be functional, so you need good storage. Keep things visually appealing by using open shelving made from reclaimed wood to display your neatly folded towels and decorative items. Then, use character-rich vintage cabinets to hide away the less glamorous stuff, because honestly, nobody needs to see your giant bulk buy pack of toothpaste. It's all about that perfect mix of display and utility. Next, bring in the jewelry of the room, your decor. Small, functional accessories and natural elements like woven baskets or a pop of green from a potted plant breathe real life and warmth into your neutral backdrop. Even upgrading to stylish soap dispensers and rustic towel racks might seem like a minor detail, but I promise you, it makes a massive impact on tying the whole shebang together.
And you don't need a massive budget for this, by the way. You can absolutely achieve this luxurious look by rolling up your sleeves for a few simple DIY projects. Building a custom mirror frame, making your own towel racks from scrap reclaimed wood, or just hunting down vintage frames for family photos are totally cost-effective ways to make the space feel like you. It's all about blending the high-end with the handmade.
So, as we finish up this explainer, I want to leave you with a bit of a challenge. What is the one vintage piece you're going to hunt down this weekend to anchor your new design? Remember, design isn't just about copying pictures from the internet. It's about curating a space that actually tells your story. So what story will your bathroom tell? Thanks for joining me on this one. Now go roll up your sleeves and get to it.